All right, welcome back to Divulgence, everybody. We have a special Jeffrey Epstein episode. We're diving deep back into the Epstein files, and who better to do it with other than my boy Hasburg Jolly West, and of course, researcher, filmmaker, podcaster, William Ramsey. William, how are you, man? Good to see you again.
Doing good. Thanks for having me back. Good to be with you. Thanks for the invite.
Always good to see you. All right, so you've been doing some really good research on essentially code words. And code messages that are being found in the emails and other business regarding the Epstein files. So that's where we're going to do today. So let's start. We're going to pull up your material here. So where would you like to start, buddy?
I don't know. I feel like we just you can scratch the surface. Like I sent you like 80 slides, sans about 15 that I did, but it's just like there's a lot there. There's a lot going on. This actually, the reason I put this one on here is like this woman sent, after Epstein was arrested on the 6th and then taken to the MCC on the 8th of July 2019, this woman sent him something. And it's actually very telling. Like there's a lot of great questions here. And this is all to Jeffrey Berman. If you remember, he is the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York. But he's asking, all these really good questions. Spanish Fly, did he put him in a stupor? Did he use drugs on the poor girls? What did John Wayne Gacy do with the young boys he had sex with and he was done with them? And so a lot of this stuff is like coded terms of like every criminal group, even subgroups, mafia, whatever. They usually talk in some form of code, or they have slang that means things like sleep with the fishes. They don't really mean you're going to go fishing. They mean they're going to put you in a body. So I think that this woman is kind of putting that across, and then you can go right into these kind of code words that are strange, and they also rhyme and are similar to terms that were used in the Podesta emails. And that's where kind of Pizzagate kind of branched out of, was these emails that were released by WikiLeaks back in 2016, which had an effect upon the politics, like literal political and cultural effect on that election. And Hillary Clinton is still bitching about it. Actually, she came out of her deposition with Congress saying, those Pizzagate thing is the biggest baloney. It wasn't. There's tons of terms in Podesta's emails that are similar to Jeffrey Epstein's. So I think that is very instructive. And this Epstein files was a big topic of conversation in this most recent election in 2024. So I think it's very important to see what these kind of groups, these secretive groups of people with similar interests, pedophilia, trafficking, and it seems like cannibalism we're talking about. And this is like the first one is like this whole idea of chocolate sauce, nourishing the inner worlds of children. Like it has a double meaning. When you're talking with somebody like Jeffrey Epstein, where to find new help? Africa slavery. Are you having fun? Jeffrey wrote, and somebody wrote back, fantastic. Like, what's going on? These to me are all code words. And it's like in a children's book. It's weird.
Where to find, this one really, I couldn't figure out where to find new help.
New help. Oh, okay. I think it's an inside joke.
And there's a link there. Oh, I see.
Chocolate is a name for
African
black people.
Slavery. Okay, so the article has got something to do with African slavery. Okay, so I see what's going on here. All right, and then I want to know what this chocolate sauce books is. What the hell is that?
You can find it online. We know that he actually took kind of an infamous flight with Bill Clinton and an African-American actor and Ghislaine Maxwell to Africa, I think 2001 or 2002, something like that.
There's Chris Tucker.
Chris Tucker and Kevin Spacey.
So,
okay, I'm not getting anything for the chocolate sauce books. It says the domain.
I think available. You can go to. I think you can go under this author's name. I think it's in there, or you can put it in. I think I saw it on Amazon. Did you put it into Amazon?
No, but I'll. Okay,
try
Try
chocolate sauce books or nourishing inner worlds. I think the website's still functional.
Oh, there's a YouTube channel. 7 followers.
Yeah, not huge.
Yeah, like what the hell is this?
It's just the beginning. It's just scratching the surface. This is the other one. I don't know if we talked about. Oh, this is the ritualistic sacrifice of feed and eating babies things. Goes all the way to the NYPD, but it's talking about like eating intestines and feces from the intestines. Have you seen this one before?
I looked at it. Yeah, that one's wild.
And then it's like the cream cheese. Like you can go through, but I actually skipped one. This one is basically media mainstream is saying Ghislaine Maxwell had a BlackBerry format issue, and all the emails were dated Saturday, January 4501. And those dates are between 2001 2003. And if you pop forward, that's what the date is on this email. And it says the snipe hunt is over, moon crickets in field bag. Guess what? They're N-word. So what does this mean to you?
Once, especially after in your files here, you break down what a moon cricket is. So I'm reading that with a decoding lens on. I'm thinking, okay, they're out hunting, they're out looking for moon crickets, they're out looking for black children, likely to either be to likely be some sort of sexual slave. And
right, do you know what a field bag is?
They found, yeah. So go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say a field bag is specific to hunting. You take a burlap bag out, and when you find prey, you stick it in the field bag. That's what Rex Huerman was doing at Lisk. He put all his victims, like his female prostitute victims, in field bags and dumped them out by the beach. Right, so something dark's going on here. Like I would say somebody should investigate her or what else she's talking about.
Did you, speaking of Rex, did you see that he seems to be agreeing that he's going to sign on with the FBI to do some kind of like mine hunter assistance help with tracking and killing, or tracking and catching killers?
I did not. I did see he pled guilty though, right? Didn't he plead guilty to the crimes?
That was part of the deal. So he's pleading guilty, but he's probably going to get all sorts of perks and stuff. Obviously, he's not going to have to spend so much time in jail. They're going to be pulling him out and stuff or at least not in his cell, to be doing field work and interviews and investigational operations. So I'm sure he'll enjoy it, because he's obviously a sick individual, and some of these people like to be involved in the very crimes that they commit, or similar crimes. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, obviously, the FBI needs the help, but for him, it's I think it's like a win-win deal for him.
I mean, it doesn't sound like they're bargaining well, because for me, Huerman was probably involved in more crimes than he got busted for.
Yeah,
so many. I think that there's more than 8, because the guy was moving around like a smart killer. Vegas, North Carolina. I forgot where other city he was in. Like, he's moving around like.
And he wasn't a fit guy either, right? So normally some of these killers, they at least they're tall, fit, lanky, but like John Wayne Gacy or Rex, like, it's a bit of.
They said he was like an ogre. They reminded him of an ogre. That's how he's described by one of the victims. He's a big, gigantic guy, man. So anyway. So these guys have code terms. I mean, he had his own on his computer. He would write down stuff. So I don't know. It is interesting. But somebody on my social media went through all these words. I had no idea what any of those terms meant. I don't know what a moon cricket is or snipe hunting, but
well, the snipe hunt thing is something that it's like kind of like a kid game where they you take like kids out at night, and it's kind of like looking for like kind of a fictional creature. It's right? Like kind of a it's like a game that you play with kids.
to get them to like stop bothering you, right? So you can go have a beer with your boys, that kind of thing.
Yeah, kind of, it's like, oh, like a snipe is like this like mythical creature, and you're out like in the woods, like, looking for it. It's some kind of like goblin or something. I think that's what it's referring to.
Somebody needs to ask Elaine about this. They're thinking about giving her privileges or something crazy.
Oh,
She's
like,
involved in all kinds of darkness, man.
Yeah, oh yeah.
She knows what these words mean.
Yeah,
like this is the kind of stuff they need to be asking, in addition to their bullshit questions that likely won't get anywhere. They need to be looking into like doing some serious investigative work and putting these puzzle pieces together, not just did you see Clinton or did you see Trump or this. Like, they got to start figuring out this network, these communications, what's actually going on, right? Like, even people like us who are actually trying to figure out what's going on, we're still having a tough time figuring out what's going on. So yeah, that's where priority should be.
Good points. They didn't know. I think it's unraveling all of this elite criminality. They don't participate in some of the stuff, so they're not familiar with it. But also, the rollout and the redactions make it hard. Even investigators like us, it's like going through puzzle pieces. So you're trying to figure out what the heck they're really doing. I mean, imagine the stuff that isn't redacted. Like, that must be incredible. Like the redaction, I did it in an earlier show today. The fact that they're all redacted in itself is incredible. Like, somebody went through an incredible amount of time to redact all this stuff. And they still let stuff slip through, like that email. Like, they probably didn't know what it meant. So they're just like, yeah, nothing's there. Next.
Yeah, because they're not looking at it with that proper lens, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But it's incredible. There was a guy, these guys that do the they do like I can't, what's the name of the show? But it's basically like the people who have they analyzed an interview with Ghislaine Maxwell, and her like body responses and physical body language were like so many tells, he said, and a deep revulsion. Like, she would go like want to barf and stuff. Like, she would talk about stuff, and like he says she's just covering up so much stuff they never busted her for.
That's another big thing, is this body language and picking up these kind of psychological cues. You're seeing a lot more videos. Like, I think Dr. G Explains is one that I've seen a lot. He's been doing a lot of videos, and a few other people that are into that kind of thing. And it's interesting. And we got to kind of use whatever we have, right? So we all kind of have to come together. I've even seen good info coming from someone who works at a morgue. She runs a channel, and I watched a video how she broke down a photo of Epstein, where we don't know where it is, what it is. It's just a photo that's been given to us. We've talked about it, William, where he's asleep, his eyes are closed. He may or may not be dead. We don't know what's going on, and it seems that they're trying to push this to us as a death photo. But she's saying everything that in my training is saying that this is not a death photo. He is not dead in this photo. He's very much alive. So we got to watch out with some of this info that doesn't have any explanation to it. They may want us to just make an assumption about it, and then that's the truth that is run with, right?
Right. The guy, his name is Chase Hughes. I listen to him a lot. He does a good job. But yeah, his body language stuff is very interesting about Maxwell. Yeah. You want to go to the next one?
Yeah, please.
Moon cricket derived from slaves weary and working through the night. This is like
right,
somebody
working through the night, right? Yeah. Sad, man. Scary stuff.
It's scary stuff. Like, when you put it into like the context. This is another one from Jeff. He says to somebody who's redacted, there are millions of babies, very little good vegetable cream cheese. And it goes back to this earlier one where they're talking about eating intestines and stuff. And somebody thinks that this cream cheese is some kind of like thing that they eat from bodies and stuff. It's gross. And then this, whoever's writing it, this is 2009. LOL. I don't know if cream cheese and baby are on the same level.
Right.
It's okay. There's still enough time today. I'm trying to schedule priming for 5:30. Fuel explosion 9:45. Like, what's this in reference to?
We'll
I mean, maybe they're talking
engine.
about an engine. It seems weird.
Habsburg, what do you think, buddy? What are they talking about here? Is this an engine?
I mean,
Priming
it's so
fuel
it's so
explosion?
it's so cryptic, man. You know, like who knows? You know, the cream cheese could be like a lot of, you know, various different substances. You know, that you know, it could be things like bone marrow or something like that. I mean, I don't know. Yeah. Hesitate to really think about it. Yeah.
When in human
Sure.
existence in this plane of existence, have you ever heard the terms cream cheese and baby in the same sentence? Twice. So the one gets cream cheese baby at the same level. Very little good vegetable cream cheese babies, millions. What the hell do they mean? I don't know.
Millions of babies, very good. Okay. There are millions of babies. Very good vegetable cream cheese. So I wonder what vegetable means. Jesus Christ.
And these are
Oh,
verifiable.
And it's titled cream cheese baby.
Right.
Like
the EFTA is EFTA 018290017. You can just type that into the justice.gov thing. Look for yourself. I don't know.
And to your point about the redactions too, I mean, like just considering like we don't know who this was sent to, I mean that could like be, you know, able to reveal a lot of information just in terms of like who is this person that he's having the conversation with about it, you know.
Yep.
It's a massive cover up.
Yeah,
it's just the more I look at it, the bigger it is. It's just like Trump and the cronies thought they were going to cover it all up, and it's not working.
Now they're all falling to the wayside, man.
This is 99% Johnny Graz. When Epstein monsters talk about the wonderful cream cheese they're eating, this is what they're talking about: eating coagulated mother's milk from intestines of freshly killed infants.
Yeah,
this isn't something that was in. Yeah,
sorry, keep it.
You can check this out online. I think the date is on there, March 12th. It's fairly recent. I don't know. I mean, are they like that's what? See, he also say feces. They're not eating. That's the whole thing about this earlier email. They don't understand what's going on.
Right.
They're not eating feces from this one.
Not per se, but
yeah, this person doesn't understand. The intestines removed, eating the feed. They're not eating. They're eating something else. Like that's how gross it is, dude. Like this is freaking heavy occult type stuff.
And for those listening, the content we're looking at here. So it says coagulating milk inside of livestock stomachs and intestines is how cheese was discovered. Even today, cheesemakers add rennet from cow stomachs to begin the curdling process. When the Epstein monsters talk about wonderful cream cheese they're eating, this is what they're talking about: eating coagulated mother's milk from the intestines of freshly killed infants. This isn't something that was invented by Epstein. This is knowledge and practice that goes back thousands of years. Yeah, man. Like, yeah. So again, it's not feces per se in the traditional sense, but yeah, like
it's actually a credit to the writer because he doesn't know what's going on. You know, he's like, oh, I don't get it, but these, you know, this is yeah. So it's one way to look at it. Like, oh, who would know this? Like, this is like totally specialized knowledge. Should I drop off to Jeffrey Epstein? Should I drop off your cheese around 3 or leave at 3:01 for someone to pick up?
So I wonder if I guess cheese and cream cheese are interchangeable. Do you think? Is that something that you
I don't know.
Picked up on that? Okay.
One of the things that you have to put it into context. Jeff had, at least for a certain time, I don't know what years, but he had a private chef. He never cooked anything. There's never any pictures or any leisure moments of him taking time to make food or anything. There's guys over him delivering food. He's sitting at table. So he didn't do all that stuff. So why are they always worried about jerky and cheese and cream cheese and all the shrimp and all this stuff? I don't know.
And one of his chefs is like a really famous guy, I think in LA now, Adam something. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do 100% do. He was on Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
His
He's
name
like a
is
celebrity chef guy.
And he didn't ask him anything about
Yeah.
Epstein, like anything meaningful. He just let that completely fly over. Why the hell would you have him on? Like, come on, man. No wonder people are finally sick of Rogan, because that's just a huge disappointment, man. Like, what are you trying to pull?
People are saying, oh, they tried to get Rogan to go to the island. Who cares? The island went to Rogan. The entire Jeffrey Epstein network is on there. It's like almost everybody. Like, you can go through the cover-ups. There's so many people covering up for this stuff. They're all on Rogue. Krause and, oh God, Thiel, Musk. These guys are all in the files. Like, it just, I mean, Musk isn't that overt. He was in the files from 2013 and 2014 saying, like, I want to go and party. But Thiel is very much in those files up until fairly recently, 2018, before Epstein was aced, in my opinion.
And with Musk, I mean, there's like pictures of him, at these Edge Foundation events,
right, with like, Epstein's there too, right?
Yeah, like they're at like tables right behind each other, and there's pictures of Elon Musk like with his arm around Ghislaine Maxwell at like some events, and like they definitely were connected.
It's I think everybody distanced themselves from Maxwell and Epstein, and you can see why. This guy's a monster. He's a criminal. So, but that's the whole thing about the release of these files, is that it really shows how they can message stuff to the public, what they want. Like, I was never there. I saw him in 2005 and that was it. I never went to the island, right? So they didn't go to the island, but you're in the mansion all the time. So who gives a, it's like, these are things that they give to the public to like to deceive them. But
and you say like people distance themselves, but like not before, I mean, not after like he was already convicted of sex crimes in like 2009. People, all these people were still hanging out with them, in like the 20 teens, Bill Gates and Musk and all these guys, I mean, like everybody knew, that he had already been convicted, and they were far from distancing themselves from him at that point. They were,
he's a convicted felon.
Exactly. And like they were certainly willing to overlook that.
A registered sex offender. Do you know he had to register every 6 months in 4 different jurisdictions because he was moving around so much. So he had to do Virgin Islands, Florida, New York, and New Mexico. So yeah, he's a convicted felon. But yeah, I mean, this is the tip of the iceberg. These code words, I mean, I could do 1,000 shows. They're just talking in code constantly. This is him, I think, looking at child porn or something. I'm surprised this one slipped through. Torture. I'm still waiting and watching the melted cheese drip, smiley face, via BlackBerry. Like, this one is so weird.
Did you add the photo to this text? Or did you just
the text is on the bottom of a photo? Like, where is it? Let me see if I can find the actual photo. I just zoomed in so you could read the whole thing. Let me see if I can find that photo.
It's like, that's weird. Yeah. Like the photo, it's all is it a photo within a photo, or is it a screenshot of a video call?
This is the whole photo.
I think it
looks like he's like on FaceTime. Yeah.
Right? That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
This is the whole photo. You can see the EFTA number at the bottom right.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's a shoulder. Okay, I thought that was the breast, but okay, yeah, definitely face pulse.
It's some kind of rudimentary like Mac or something, right? This is like
it's a video. It looks like a video editing program, maybe like a slideshow program or something.
I think it's Windows from a very early like a Macintosh. That's the way it looked. And you could do these little pop-up windows, and Jeff is in it, bottom pop-up. Still waiting. Adja 2102.
I see what's happening. Yeah, there's all these different windows. Okay, and they're all photos. Okay, so, yeah, and these are okay. Yeah.
He seems to be talking with somebody online, a woman. This woman is blacked out in the middle. There's two other pictures of something. I don't know. They're they're redacted. And there's Jeff at the bottom, and I think he's saying, "I'm still waiting and watching melted cheese drip."
Do you think that's? Oh no, because that's a photo, so we're not actually looking at the chat. So that looks like maybe it's just in the background, right, from the other windows. I think that's what's happening. It's just weird that he's got that. Whoever's computer this is, it must be maybe Epstein's, but he's just got that open underneath that that message. That's weird.
Well, if it is his computer, it makes sense why he's like in the bottom corner with the front-facing camera.
Yep.
Like if it were, if it were on his.
But it also, again, it's just a photo, right? So it's hard to tell that.
But you can take still photos like what.
Yeah.
While you're on a video conference, like you can.
Like a screenshot. Yeah.
Yes, take screenshots.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, it would likely be him taking it. So yeah.
Go look that up. EFTA 011544457. I don't know.
Interesting.
I don't know what to, I mean, I think that cheese and like if it's kids, this is like one of the most revolting references because these children, like when they're abused, like it's horrible. Like that's what's I don't even want to get into how graphic it is.
All right, the next slide is we can both control it. Okay. So here we go. This is what really I find very disturbing is the shrimp talk. So let's get into the shrimp talk.
This is this picture of a baby in a sink above his kitchen. Titled shrimp cocktail. There's the EFTA number right there. You can see it in the files.
And then, of course, you've added some.
Well, this is a screenshot I took of somebody else's research, but he's talking to this guy, Olivier Colombe, who's from France, who got in trouble for being associated with Epstein. But it says, no, some are like shrimp. You throw away the head and keep the body. Like, but they're talking about code words and things. It's like, you can see it's from the same day. On my island in the Caribbean with an aquarium full of girls. The king of Saudi Arabia has a few white sharks in his Jeddah palace. I totally prefer yours. Sure, I would enjoy the view. Two are Russian. I guess some might refer to them as white sharks. As long as you don't have any hammerhead ones, I like white sharks. No, some are like shrimp. You throw away the head and keep the body. That's from Jeff. Is it a slave? Is it a sex slave? I don't know.
Hey, okay. What is your thought on that? Maybe we're missing some messages somehow and missing replies because some of these replies, I don't know. Sometimes they just don't seem to fit. And I don't know, maybe they're all whacked out on whatever they're doing when they're sending these. And it's okay. For example, as long as you don't have any hammerhead ones, I like white sharks. Response, no, comma. Some are like shrimp, comma. Like is he, I don't know. It's weird. I get that they're making. Maybe it's just because they're making the. Are they making a reference to girls being sharks, and then he's saying no, they're more like shrimp? Is that what he's getting at?
There's a reference, I don't know if it's in these slides, but where a girl is talking, and it's like a prepubescent girl reminds the pedophiles of a shrimp, so they call them shrimps. There's something, there's some in one of the books, I think, about Epstein, it's referenced.
Okay.
I wonder if like shrimp, refers to like a very small, girl, like, shrimp, diminutive, and a shark might be like an actual adult female. I mean, I don't know.
Maybe, yeah.
But I mean, he definitely was into like, Russian women. I mean, now, he surrounded himself with, Russian women. So like, talking about Russians or white sharks, I mean,
He was trafficking from all over the world. Russia, East Europe, Norway, or Swedish countries, or what, Nordic countries, Brazil, Mexico, US. It's a huge operation. Hamburger. Do you want it? What time is the hamburger do over? Like, what's that? You want to do over? Why don't you just have a hamburger? Do you want to have hamburgers again? Hamburger tour with Hanson. I don't know. Maybe it's really a hamburger.
What is
Jean-Luc called to? Jean-Luc called to see if you might like a hamburger. He's on his way to Paris. Like, I don't call my friends up and say, "Do you want a hamburger? I'm going to Paris." Right? Like, you go, "You want to go get a hamburger? Do you want to meet me at so and so for hamburgers?"
I wonder, the thought of the word vegetable comes to mind now, because we have the word vegetable, which I'm thinking is a code, and now we have hamburger. I wonder if they are like two opposite sides of the coins. But yeah, I mean, he's on his way to Paris. I don't think you'd be concerned with getting a burger, an actual hamburger for Jeffrey. Again, he's got chefs. Or he just has people to do shit for him. He doesn't need to cook.
He has so many. He has so many. He's got people all around him. He's got people to do his taxes. He's got people to do whatever, accounting, cleaning. He's got all kinds. He's got like a retinue. So like these don't make sense.
And I mean, that's presumably they're referring to Jean-Luc Brunel too. So I mean, he's one of the similar level operators, in the network.
There's tons of those pictures of those two together.
Yeah. Well, and he was like coming to visit him in jail. He was like one of the people who was like regularly visiting him while he was in prison.
New Mexico, Little St. James, Brunel is they're just almost intertwined. Like, and then Brunel gets jailed and decides to die by suicide in France. What a shock. To Jeffrey.
Go ahead.
You mean radiating a soft glow with the look of bliss and excitement? Yeah, that's the pizza. But the preceding one is, Jeff writes, she looks pregnant.
Pregnant, yeah.
Pizza Monster. Like there's probably a picture associated with this somewhere.
Someone in the chat just made an interesting comment. I pray vegetable doesn't mean a mentally challenged child. Yeah, that would be dark. That would be just
super dark.
They were obviously very discriminative. So I feel like they would discriminate against disabled children immediately. I could be wrong, but who knows? If you don't mind going back, actually, can we do the muffin?
Yeah, it's just that some people think this is one that's not a code word. It's not, because he had specialty muffins. So he actually had every morning he had a muffin at 7 a.m. At 7 a.m. that he microwaved for 25 seconds and sprayed with "I can't believe it's not butter."
Oh,
He did that
so
every morning. That
gross.
was his eating habits.
Oh,
Mandatory AM routine must be served on the table. He had this like. Have you seen his rules of the house that he made people read? He makes him and Maxwell look like just total pricks. Like you just don't look him in the
for
eye.
sure.
Mhm.
Say Mister
You-
and Ma'am, and never
Is there
call him
photos of them,
Jeff.
or is there like a
There's a
document?
list. There's like a list copy on in the Epstein files of him with the house rules.
I'm gonna have to find that. 'Cause
I'm gonna find it right now. Let me see.
Okay, cool. Because yeah, that's an interesting thing to look at. But okay, while you're doing that, I'll just I'll get into this muffin thing a bit more. So you're saying it's not a code word. Okay, so this person here, Black Betty, posted Epstein and associates have used the code word muffin over 300 times in the text, not counting muffins with a capital S. And this was just brought to my attention. Of course, there's the "Do you know the Muffin Man" fable. Apparently, this person is saying through their digging they have found that Epstein loved old fables. Do we know if that's true? No?
Nope.
Okay.
I don't know.
Because that's the first I think that's the first I've heard of that. But yeah, the Muffin Man wasn't a fairy tale. He was a warning. In the 1700s, muffins weren't sweet. They were cheap door-to-door sold items, and that meant strangers had legitimate access to your home. And yeah, the line, "Do you know the Muffin Man?" wasn't a playful line. It was more a question of survival. Because the Muffin Man lived on Drury Lane, a real street known for violence, poverty, disappearances, and crime. There were no police patrols, no birth records, no missing persons report. If someone vanished, they were simply gone. Some historians believe some traveling food sellers used trust as a weapon to enter homes, scout families, and commit crimes that would never be traced. That's scary as hell. The thought of it, anyways. So, okay. But yeah, that's interesting. He had his specialty muffins. Muffin recipe. Okay. What a shitty breakfast routine for such a, Bond villain of a guy.
The other thing is,
with the like the bran and the flaxseed. I mean, it sounds like he was using these things for to
Stay regular.
I hate to yeah, with like whatever meat he was consuming, the hamburgers and the all the beef jerky and hamburgers and cream cheese. He needed. Sorry.
Gotcha. No, I hear you, man. That's good. That's a great point, though. That is a good point. It is. Unfortunately, we have to get a little dirty in our research.
Sorry, man. It's just awful.
No, all good. All good. Got to stay regular. Even Jeffrey Epstein, apparently.
Oh, God.
Okay, so yeah, this household manual. Yes, I have seen this.
it's not from the most recent files. It's from the 2021. Yeah, it's from the files when she was prosecuted. Excuse me, when she was prosecuted in 2021 or 2022. But still, it's still kind of interesting. It's pertinent. It's relevant. Nothing, say nothing, except to answer a question directed at you. Use your judgment when conveying information to Mr. Epstein.
Channel all questions and concerns through the estate manager.
Items in pockets must not create a bulge or be visible. Like, how detailed is that? Like, I don't want to see your keys in your pocket. Like, what the funk? Like,
also, maybe my first thought right there is that way, if I do see something in your pocket, I know it's not supposed to be there, and I'm going to assume that you're stealing something or you're doing something that you shouldn't be doing. So I'm going to jump on you right away. So just to keep it simple, keep your fucking pockets empty. Maybe it's something like that. Like
perhaps.
USB drives, keys, or something. You don't want to, yeah.
They even have proper language.
Here we go. Proper language. Exclude swear words and slang. Pay attention to how you speak to Mr. Epstein, Miss Maxwell, and their guests. You do not say, yeah, sure, no problem, you bet, gotcha, right, I don't know. You do say, yes, Mr. Blank. Of course, Miss Blank. My pleasure. It is no trouble at all. With pleasure. Oh, my God. Like, holy. I would be very pleased to. It's all the same thing. You are quite right. I have no idea, but I'll find out immediately. To compliment. This is how you have to compliment? Okay, you're very kind. Thank you, Miss. I enjoy doing it. Oh, my God. Yeah. Nothing shady going on here. I'm very sorry. To a justified criticism or mistake, you say, I'm very sorry. It will not happen again. It was completely my fault. I'll make the change immediately.
It's incredible stuff.
When entering a room, what to say? May I come in? Answering the phone. Oh, yeah, look at that. Big thing on answering the phone. Guest pickup and drop off. Escorting guests to their room. Oh, that might be interesting. Upon arrival, guest belongings. Offer to unpack their luggage. Show them how to use the phone. Show them how to use the remote control for the television. Ask them to complete emergency contact information form and return it to you. Oh, wow. Food allergies. Breakfast.
JE and GM telephone directories placed to the right of the telephone. So it has to be in the right spot. 2 lighted pens on both bedside tables. Jeffrey Epstein, large and small notepads on both bedside tables.
Yeah, he liked his notepads, eh?
Yeah.
Reading glasses on both bedside tables. Yeah, he had all sorts of glasses too. Box of tissues.
Look at his master bathroom toiletries. Like, it's specific brands. Like, how specific? Like, it has to be a different type of shaving cream.
Oh, here we go. Gillette Mach 3 with extra blades. Change blade after every use. There you go. That's something. If I was dirty rich, that's something that I would do. I would change my blade every time if I shave. Shaving cream, Secret Original Solid Deodorant, Lever 2000 soap, Noxzema Plus face wash.
That's kind of weird about the deodorant. Like, that Secret is definitely like a brand that they market to women. Yeah. Specifically.
That's what I would think.
Yeah.
My secret, my desire. California Mango Lotion, Aquaphor hand cream, bubble bath, shower gels, shampoo, conditioner, White Rain Coconut Essence, Biolage, Nexus Simply Silver. Paul Mitchell. There we go. Paul Mitchell is in the Epstein files. Oral B. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah. I mean, people have their specific brands, I guess. So. Oh, yeah, they have their own bathrooms. She's not as specific, it seems like. Check that water is hot and running clear. Water must be
the last one. Photographs to be placed. What kind of photographs?
Unlock the closets and unlock the unlock the closets. Photographs to be placed. Maybe they're in the closet.
Like R. Kelly.
Tissues replaced if less than half full. Crazy. Oh, okay, never mind. She's got even more than him. Okay, she's got 3 pages. Guest rooms. Guest bathrooms. Oh, they got to fold into a V. The toilet paper. That's classy. Toiletry. Okay, guest toiletries. Oh my! They're giving the guests Arm and Hammer toothpaste, and they use the good stuff. That's not very nice.
No,
I don't
that's
know.
what it said on Epstein's list, that's what he was
Arm and
using.
Hammer too.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And like the scope. Yeah, I mean it's like pretty kind
Secret.
of
Look
like
at again
kind of
with the
swag
deodorant.
stuff. Yeah, yeah.
Secret again. That's interesting. Lip balm. Dan, you got everything. Towel, washcloth, exterior, the cabana, vehicles, bikes. Place $100 in the glove compartment or center console of each car. Telephone directories. Interesting. So again, Jeffrey Epstein, large and small notepads with pens. Box of tissues again. 2 pairs of glasses again. Crazy. All right, let's get back to. Thanks for that, William. Let's get back. I'll get that. I'll have to get you to.
No, go back there because what's not there is where's the beef jerky? He's always worried about beef jerky. There's no jerky on his shopping list or her shopping list.
Right.
Where's these things on there? Go down the shopping list is page 30. No jerky.
There we go.
Where's the shrimp? Where's the white tuna? Where's the tuna?
Yeah, no.
They're
tuna.
so worried about the tuna and everything.
Okay, so 1 Philadelphia cream cheese, cottage cheese. So there's that, but there's nothing else I'm not seeing.
Yeah, where's the white tuna they're all worried about? Where's the shrimp? They're kosher. Like Jeff, like at a certain point, it's known that he was eating kosher. With shrimp, you're not supposed to eat like things on the hoof without hooves.
Right.
Yeah, you can't have you can't have any shellfish.
No shellfish, and you can't mix cheese and meat.
Right.
At the same time?
Yes, you're not allowed to mix the milk that it's from. Yeah, you're not allowed to mix those.
Yeah, what it is you can have milk like any like something with dairy in it, like I think 30 minutes before you can have meat. But if you have meat, you have to wait 3 hours before you have something with dairy in it, and you can't ever mix them together.
Is that a religious thing, or is that it's a religious stuff, right? Eating
Yeah,
kosher?
it's like it's
Jewish,
from
right?
like in the Old Testament.
That old book of nonsense. Okay. We'll advise any additional meat.
But William, that's a really good point, that like on the shopping list, that's none of those foods that they talk about.
Yeah.
See how like fastidious they are? Like they put something, they spent time putting together a 35-page list. Like what a bunch of like hair splitting pricks they are. Yeah, where's all this stuff? Where is it? Why isn't it on this list? If they're having the jerky, you'd think that would be the most important thing there. 6 pounds of jerky, beef. From this, and it's look at how specific they are about their brands of their cosmetics. Why wouldn't they be that specific about jerky?
And the food in general, like I mean, they eat a lot of like gross, like processed, foods with nasty ingredients, and also I can't believe it's butter and all the, it's like they're eating nasty stuff, dude.
That's an embarrassing one. Out of everything in the Epstein files, that's probably the one thing that's going to embarrass him the most, is that everything. I can't believe it's not butter.
But I mean, you'd be thinking that they'd be wanting like all organic everything. They could afford it. They're eating Philadelphia cream cheese, Dannon yogurt. Like it's like pretty swaggy stuff.
Yeah.
That's one thing that's consistent, is there's no concern about expenses in a way. Like we're like, okay, just pay the bill. Let's go. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But they could be, they could be getting like all of their food from like local farmers, and people people that are making like craft, cheeses and yogurts. Like they're just buying like gross stuff off the shelf.
true. It's odd.
It just,
Well,
kind of goes that maybe speaks to their, like their character, just in whatever way.
Yeah.
They're both awful people. Ghislaine
Yeah.
Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein are awful human beings.
No ice cream either. I didn't see. I know you have some stuff on ice cream coming up if we have time to get to it. So that's interesting. No ice cream.
Yeah, it's. Where's the jerky? Where's the pizza? Why isn't there a
Right.
frozen pizza on there?
Yeah. No dough.
Like
no-
DiGiorno's or something. Like if you're eating other slop, why don't you put a DiGiorno's pizza on there? Can I bring your slice of pizza? Oh, this is the one. This is massage is his code word for like sexual abuse. Like, oh, you want to have a massage? That usually led to sexual abuse in Jeff's thing. That's why I included that. Another known kind of term for kids back in the day was to refer them as chicken. And this is kind of an interesting one from Dick Cavett. The chicken matter touches my heart. Like these terms, this doesn't make that he doesn't say the chicken dish or the way you cooked the chicken was great or the chicken meal. The chicken matter touches my heart. What the hell is he talking about?
Child matter touches my heart.
Dick Cavett. From Dick. Cavett's Guilt and Horror.
Yes. Sometimes the subject lines help too, obviously, but sometimes they're so direct that it kind of also throws you off a bit.
Dude, imagine being like Epstein at the center of this nexus where all these people are stone cold pedophiles. Like he knows Woody Allen's a pedophile and all these other people. Like it's like a dark network. Like this is Dick Cavett too. Like he has a public image. But the chicken stuff is kind of a giveaway, man. It's like, whoa. Crazy. Here's dissident media's like assumed what the guest names are. White tuna, dead white woman. Chicken parm, child porn. Chicken soup, child sex. Hot dog pizza, girl. Hot dog boy. Pasta, little boy. Cream cheese, newborn. Organic carrots, ginger, girl. Walnut, non-white. Sauce, orgy, jerky, human flesh. And then you have down there, you have all these little things he's talking about, How do we deal with the frozen white tuna?
Oh, right.
Order pizza for Bobby Slayton.
It's weird. I met Bobby Slayton before. He's a weird guy. He's all over the files.
Yeah, he sure is. He was there. He's at the mansion.
A bunch.
A bunch. He's there a lot. And
they're like in their back and forth, they're always talking about getting pizza. Yeah. But
should I order pizza for Bobby?
Guy. Yeah.
He loves comedians, Jeffrey.
Well, and Bobby Slayton, he was like his, kind of the guy that he would use to like recruit other comedians to come to his house. Like he was using Bobby Slayton as his like conduit. It's really weird. Like I said, I met him like, I don't know, 10 years ago, and he's a creepy guy.
He's an influence guy. So he did that same thing. And there's actually an email in there about Andrew's wife, Fergie, where she's telling Epstein, like, all you did for me, Epstein, was use me to get to Andrew. I know what you did.
Right.
Like, so she finally figured out that was she was the stepping stone to get into the royal family, And then he ruined his life. He ruined Andrew's life. Like, if people think that they would let Epstein live, like they're super naive. Like they would never let this guy get out of jail after they've realized they were being blackmailed. Like, do you think that Andrew would go to the mansion knowing he was going to blackmail the royal family? He'd end up getting sued for £12 million. Like, give me a break. Of course not. Like once people realize they're being blackmailed or they're getting influenced, they're gone. So all these people didn't know. They thought Jeff was his buddy. And once that happens, and then they're like, oh, like I'm on the line and they're taking pictures of me with freaking Virginia Giuffre. Like, who's taking that picture? Like that, there's that famous picture of Giuffre and Andrew and Maxwell, Ghislaine Maxwell in London.
Jeffrey took that.
Well, there you go.
Jeffrey
So
took
like
that.
that was his leverage on them, and then it got out. And then there was evidence.
But I mean, you also have like, Andrew's big brother Charles is hanging out with, his best friend was Jimmy Savile. I mean, like that's they each kind of had their connection to one of these guys, Savile or Epstein. They're kind of like, same,
Savile's in the files.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Savile's in the files. And see, she seems to have known Savile, Ghislaine Maxwell, which is crazy. And there was a meeting in New Orleans in like early 2000s where they met up with Savile. So that's the tie. But
New Orleans.
But yeah, it was at some trade meeting. The Weinstein was there too, the like super rapist. Okay. But like the British royalty plays for keeps. Like they may have an image of like upright things, but if you cross them, they have immense power. It's not a joke. That royalty has like servitors and knights and landed aristocracy and the Masonic. Andrew was the head of the York Rite. Right. So he's the head of all the Masons in the York Rite in England. So when he got blackmailed, yeah, I mean, I can't imagine they're very happy. Like, oh, okay, you blackmailed me, Jeff, and you ruined my reputation, and I'm the first royal that ended up getting arrested in 400 years. I'm not going to harbor a grudge. Give me a freaking break. Like some of these analysts they're lame. Like you cannot. You're messing with like a pampered, spoiled kid in Andrew. You think he's not going to try to get back at you? Give me a break. There's no way Epstein's alive. It's so freaking stupid. And Brunel, anybody who tells you that crap. Also, the protest document, there's no evidence of that. So the body switched out. It's just there is apparently the people who keep promoting this notion that Epstein is alive say that the medical examination of his body was different than a operation that Epstein supposedly had. Supposedly had his prostate removed. Nobody can find the evidence of that, so it's misinformation and malinformation. So it's just like in any of these issues where there's vagaries, there's misinformation. There's people out there saying like being concerned about the Epstein files, you're panicking. It's a moral panic. It's almost like a satanic panic. Like, so us doing this is like we're moral panics. Like, bro, they're talking about trafficking little kids. I don't think I'm not panicking. It's just a way to kind of minimize and control this. Yeah, it's so great. I mean, some of these people, they're all around Rogan. Rogan is just,
he's drowning himself.
Oh,
yeah.
Once people realize how bad this is and how many people were close, he literally had Epstein Islands on his podcast and distributed to the whole world. So people who say that these Epstein files and the Epstein network that's uncovered by these files is not important, they're the ones involved. A lot of them are involved. That's why they're saying it's not important. Like Trump saying, I'm not in the files. You're all over the files, bro. Trump is everywhere. So he's just deliberately lying. And all these other people are lying too. And it's exposed the cultural and political impact of Epstein and his network. It's not just Epstein. That's one of the things that they imparted to the public is like, okay, we busted Epstein 2019. We arrested him and now he's dead conveniently. And that's it. The story's over. That's what they messaged to the public. It's a total lie. It's a colossal lie. It's a good one, but a lot of people believe that. And they do that in criminal situations where there are like RICO cases or networks. Like they'll bring up one guy and then he's the scapegoat and that's it. And he's done and we don't have to do anymore. They did that with David Berkowitz, like, oh, it's Berkowitz. We got him. We're done. Move on. Yes.
Well, and when you say scapegoat too, I mean, and I know you got to wrap it up here soon, William, and thank you for your time. But I think it's really interesting, like the date too of Epstein's suicide. August 10th just happened to be the same date as like the LaBianca murders. It's Robert de Grimston's birth date. It's the day of the first Scientology clear. Like August 10th is like a very ritually significant day in history. And so I think that when like the term scapegoat being like referential to like a ritual sacrifice, I think there's actually like some deeper element that relates to the actual date of August 10th and his suicide. So just thought that was interesting.
Nothing would surprise me.
Yeah.
With these guys.
Yeah.
They're into the Kabbalah. He knows all that stuff. He knows the
yeah.
Talmud, the Kabbalah, all that stuff. Why don't we try to get through these? We're almost done. Let's go.
Oh yeah, go on.
Well, cereal. So that's Rothschild. Like, why does this person who has an $180 billion investment fund worried about cereal from Jeff? It doesn't make any sense. This is from Dissident Media. They do good work, so I want to give proper credit to these guys' research.
So, from Jeff to Rothschild, I have your cereal. Can talk tonight around 2200. Oh,
well, and that the Latin is like basically the Latin word for cereal is like sacrifice, sacrificium.
I have your.
I think that's what he's trying to like.
It's a code word. I mean, It could mean sacrifice. I hope. I mean, who knows?
That's crazy.
Ice cream boarding, my version of torture.
Okay, here we go. The ice cream, yes.
Strict diet, like dietary requirements. How about a hit list for next subject's ice cream board? This is Epstein's secrets. His friend replies, yes, great pecan pie, pumpkin pie, apple pie, cheesecake. Kill me now. I don't know.
That's scary. Like, are they
making my execution plan and trying to have something for you tomorrow? Bones, plastics, blood, and guts, all bound by science that I understand. Partners, fish, revenue, jobs, gangsters. It's the same thing. Deer, like one of the weird things about this thing is the deer incident, where they went hunting for deer on Little St. James in the middle of the night and ground their boat on a reef. There? What?
There's deer on his island?
Exactly.
Okay. All right.
Right. Like, you can go see pictures of that island. It doesn't even look like there's a tree over 10 feet tall.
Yeah.
So, like, what's going on? Like, you want to go to the island in the middle of the night and go deer hunting. That's kind of like my vibe too. Like at 11 o'clock, I get this impulse to go hunting in the middle of the night.
On an island, like, with likely no deer.
You can look it up, like, is there deer on Little St. James? And I'll tell you, you're out of your mind. Play this video here. Play this video.
He wants to get to the bottom of this, and I want to. He wants to get to the bottom of this, and I want to get to the bottom of this, because this is my ass. This is not y'all ass. Okay? I called you last night. You said you did not speak to Peter. I did. Till we got here. Peter said he called and spoke to you.
I talked to Peter.
So Guy talked to Peter. Peter talked to Guy. No one talked to Danny. No one decided to call Anna. Yeah. Basically, that's what it is. No, you called me after the fact. You didn't call me when the fucking boat crashed. No one called me. Let's get that straight. Listen, I got the message from you midnight. Did it happen at midnight? No. Did anybody think to call me and say they're going to use the boat to come get some dead fucking deer? No. No, right?
No, you're right.
And now we're dealing with this shit. Look at the boat. Look at the man's boat. This is bullshit.
No, it's a nightmare.
You the head electrician. You like one of the head landscapers. I finally got you a gig as a boat captain, and this is the bullshit I'm dealing with. This is bullshit. All y'all know better than this shit. This man is livid right now with us. I mean, I don't even know what. I'm so fucking cross right now, right? This fuck makes no sense.
Oh, extremely. Especially after we had a good, successful evening to start with.
This is just completely. This makes absolutely no sense.
This is what I got
No
really
sense.
pissed off about. I told both of these guys, I said, you want these dares, you wait for the morning. And then all of a sudden...
But that was the plan. To kill them, wait till daylight, and then we dispose of them properly. And then I get these calls and this
Play that again.
Please. Yeah. Thank you.
really pissed off about. I told both of these guys, I said, you want these dares, you wait for the morning. And then
So if I told these guys, if you want these deer, you wait till the
No,
morning.
But that was the plan. To kill them, wait till daylight, and then we dispose of them properly.
What's going on? Kill them.
Kill them.
Wait for the
Wait
daylight.
for
So
the
they're
daylight.
doing it at night. That's what you can infer from that or deduce from that. And then properly dispose of them. Like, why don't you just throw them in the water and let the fish eat them, or like feed them to the sharks or something? I don't know. It just seems the
When
whole
she-
thing seems sketchy.
I mean, you really cannot hunt game at night, like first and foremost. Like it just doesn't work. You know?
Play the rest of it. This is just strange. It doesn't make sense.
When she first
Who
said
is
the
that?
word deer,
Who is that
it's weird.
speaking? Do you
I
know
don't
who the-
even know. I don't even know who she sounds like. An African American woman or somebody
Right.
from the islands or something.
Yeah.
She has an American accent, so I think they must have brought her
agree.
in. I don't know.
I'd say she's African American. Yeah.
And then I get these calls and this bullshit happened. This is the man's crew boat. It's bad enough he don't have another boat.
Yeah.
We don't have another boat. What are we gonna use? A barge? How much money is that gonna cost us to run the staff back and forth on a damn barge now? This is bullshit. This is bullshit.
So is this audio file like connected to an email or something? Like
It's
what's
standalone. It's in the files. So some of the files are WAV files.
Right.
If you go to the actual website, Justice, not type in the EFTA, I can show you how to do it. But you go to justice.com. There's 12 data sets.
Mm-hmm.
And then some of those data sets are all just WAV files, and somebody downloaded them all, the movies and stuff like that. So like if you have the inclination, you can just like listen to those files, and somebody's listening to them like, this makes no sense. It makes
That's
no
crazy.
sense at all. Like
Mhm.
that was the plan. We're gonna wait till daylight and then get rid of these dead deer. You know, they had some kind of plan.
Properly. Get rid of them properly. Like, what are the?
Well, and if she's saying we need to rent a barge, like how much like mass of like material are they needing to dispose of? Like, that's not like the volume of like whatever waste would be significant if they're like, we need a barge to carry this away.
It doesn't sound like deer to me.
Right.
Well, just to add, I did Google it. Are there deer on the island of Little St. James? Yes. White-tailed deer inhabit the U.S. Virgin Islands, including the area surrounding Great St. James and Little St. James. They are known to swim between neighboring cays and islands. I didn't know that they were that well of swimmers.
Well, I stand corrected.
So I
Maybe
guess
there are deer then.
But maybe they're
Why would
taking
they
a
hunt
boat,
them at night?
right?
It seems
Maybe
weird.
they're-
Yeah,
maybe they're
like,
just-
how
yeah,
do you hunt
yeah, that
deer
makes-
at night? That's the thing.
I
That
still
doesn't
think
make
it's
sense.
bullshit, but it looks like they're using an excuse or a code word that can blend in easily with an alibi. But yeah, nighttime. I still find it hard to believe that there would be deer on the island. I like, maybe there's some that'll swim there and back. I feel like they're taking the boat to go hunt somewhere else if they are actually hunting deer, but it's very suspicious. Very suspicious.
So this is kind of a retelling of it, of the story from that. Here's the EFTA number. So that they're going over this, and it's sent to Epstein of the boat event. So she wrote it out. Rodriguez, I think, was one of the staff members.
Do we know what little C is? Is that a boat?
Little
That's
C.
the boat, right?
Yeah, I think that's the boat. Yeah, I think you're right.
Okay.
Gears frozen food. Mark Lloyd is finance. Lyndon Lee is many companies, and Hyatt is sex slave. Frozen food, right? Like, what's up with that? I don't have any idea.
The Hyatt is sex slave thing though is really interesting because who owns Hyatt is the Pritzker family.
That's right.
And Tom Pritzker was like, you know, one of Epstein's like main guys. So, you know, Hyatt is sex slave. Like, I think that that's a Pritzker reference personally, but
makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
This is better than the Chinese cookie. To Jeff. See attached. Let's go for pizza and grape soda again. No one else can understand. Go now or go no. Like, these guys are high end. Like,
they're hot. Yeah, pizza,
yeah,
grape
doesn't
soda.
make sense. And Derby is the chef. Let's see, there he is.
When are you ever specific to what kind of soda you're gonna get? Like, I mean, especially if you're rich like that. I mean, that seems just.
It's
and
somebody
who
says
drinks and who drinks grape soda anyways? Like, no.
Yeah, grape
it's like urban. It's an urban thing. Or kids.
Yeah, right.
It's somebody says it's a code for gang rape. That's it. Grape soda makes sense. If all the other ones are like alliterative first letter terms, like chicken parm for child porn or cheese pizza, then it makes sense that grape soda is gang rape.
Right.
Just wanted to touch base about the jerky. Jeffrey Epstein said he's going to start eating regular food again. So he's not eating normal food. So he might be eating less jerky. So the jerky isn't normal, right? This is a huge tell. He said he has 6 bags of in a downstairs freezer for his next trip. So these are like simple, rational kind of analyses of these sentences are very obvious. He's not eating regular food, and he's going to eat less jerky.
Well, and you don't keep jerky in a freezer because it's already been dehydrated.
Right. You can't keep it in a bag. These are our EFT numbers. You can see this. This is not me making it up, guys. Not at all. Many threads for our next call. Plains Charity, mapping orthogonal dimensions, beef jerky to Reed Hoffman. That's the founder of LinkedIn. I think Hoffman does something else too. I forgot what it was. Like, come on.
Didn't they have like some kind of business together? Him and Reed Hoffman, Epstein and Reed Hoffman at one point.
I wouldn't be surprised. I know that Lutnick and Epstein invested in the same tech company together. There's no question about that.
Him and Musk and Hoffman, I believe, are having like a huge brawl.
They hate each other. They go all the way back to the PayPal mafia, and they hate each other. And they're very open about it, actually. And like Musk is like triggered Trump, and Hoffman is being in the Epstein files. Jen won't be here to make a new one. There's an old one in the freezer. Would you like to take it with you? Beef jerky. Okay.
Jen.
Come to Leon's building, jerky with her. Have JoJo bring. That's from Jeff. Jerky class, anyone? Jerky. He's working at a restaurant called Cannibal and Cooks.
Right? Yeah.
They're talking about it a lot. Jay's asking to bring him more beef jerky on Friday. Are you flying on Friday? I'm flying on Friday. I will bring jerky. Why don't you just go to Costco and buy it? Like, that's what normal people do. Like, okay.
Put it on the list. Put it on your big list, your buying list. Like, what?
Yeah, don't look me in the eye. Don't put your keys in your pocket and go to Costco and get me some jerky.
It's some jerky.
This
Yeah.
doesn't make
And I can't
sense.
believe it's not butter.
Also, if they were like hunting lots of deer, why would they not be making venison jerky out of that too?
Good
I mean,
point.
like that's what you
Ah,
do when you hunt
you.
deer and harvest them. You like make good jerky.
This one they're talking about sulfuric acid injections on the Little St. James. Like, okay. Let's see. Do you want veggie cream cheese tomorrow? I'll go look for it now. Don't look. Go
I
to
would go
GJ's.
look for it now.
Yeah.
Holy. There are millions of babies.
Cream cheese, baby.
Okay, so here we go. This links to that one that we were talking about
The
before.
earlier one,
So
yeah.
there are millions of babies, very little vegetable cream cheese. Haha. You want veggie cream cheese tomorrow? I would go look for it. Okay, so there's very little good vegetable cream cheese. Do you want veggie cream cheese? I would go look for it now.
What even is veggie cream cheese? Like,
I guess
have
it's
you ever seen
vegetables
that?
mixed into it.
Yeah, but
I'm
have you ever
assuming. I think
Alarm offered to bring cream cheese to school party. Okay. Cream cheese baby. Sorry about today. With the vegetable cream cheese, we are even. Okay.
like, what did he just make him a batch of vegetable cream cheese? Like what? From Jeffrey? Yeah, okay. Yeah, and it's from Epstein. So yeah, it's not like that's ridiculous.
Here's the shrimp term. Epstein must have known I was younger than 18 because I had no boobs and was little and very skinny like a shrimp. And they used this shrimp thing. Can't remember which book this was in. She was 14. I don't know what book this is in. Olivier, as long as you don't have any hammerhead ones, I like white sharks. I like shrimp. Not so much if it's too pink.
Oh, right.
Jeff is like, yeah, this is like the thread. I think smell of black shrimp. Ugh. Again, we are in agreement. Okay. There's Olivier Colombe. Of course, he's with the World Economic Forum. Like, they probably promote these freaks after they know that they're involved in all this crazy stuff. Guy has a great freaking resume. Sorbonne, Masters, graduate.
Pantheon,
Put
Sorbonne.
platter in freezer for shrimp. Maybe shrimp cocktail tonight. They're kosher. You don't eat shrimp. What are you talking about? I've ordered Jew food, Jeffrey writes. So he's like ordering Jewish food.
Favorite inbound.
There's the shrimp picture. There's many pictures of it on there.
Yeah. So why does it have multiple pictures with different colored frames?
I think it's just from the that's what the cops did or something.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
like
I really don't know.
tape, maybe.
Weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
This is Bella at Feminine Woman. I found it. I can't believe how many of his associates wanted shrimp. He was getting sick from consuming the shrimp.
Right. So where does it talk about him getting sick?
Invite Jessica to dinner and tell her to leave the nephew shrimp at home. What?
The nephew shrimp. There it is. Right? Like that's huge right there. Like that's a slip up in my eyes. Like you're just supposed to say shrimp. You don't need to add the nephew. I feel like that's so. Who's saying this? Do we know? Like this,
It's all redacted. This is probably one of the biggest tells right now.
To Philip
GX, so I think that's GMAX.
I think it's
I think it's GMAX is Ghislaine Maxwell to somebody, Philip Levin.
yeah.
Here's one of the big tells. I can come tomorrow. Well, 2012. Jerky will be with me when I get to LSJ. I can come tomorrow and take care of the white tuna if you'd like. I'm due back in NYC this evening. So he's talking about jerky and white tuna. Like, what the hell is this? What's this guy Derby up to?
Take care of white tuna. Jerky will be with me when I get there.
From Jeffrey, how do we deal with the frozen white tuna? How do you deal with it?
Oh.
Like what? Like why don't you just cook it or defrost it, right? Or eat it or throw it in the garbage? Like what the heck? This
Feed it
is
to
some
the
kind of code phrase.
Yeah.
Call blank. She will give you a
Oh,
massage. She looks better than shrimp anyway, and good with massages. These are all code words. Shrimp and cream sauce. No, in bed. I'm laying on the floor. Can't move. Oh, poor you. I know how much you hate those stomach aches. Compilation preview. Creamy shrimp. What? That's it, guys. This is literally the tip of the iceberg. Like the emails are just redolent. They're replete with all of these code phrases. There's absolutely no doubt about it. It's so crazy.
Unbelievable. Well, as usual, man. Great work.
Yeah, put this one video up. Thanks. Put this one last video up. I'll show you what they would do on display for these pedophiles to attract pedophiles. This is one of the videos that you'll never see, but you can tell this is a little kid here, like a 14-year-old girl. You can see her in the striped blue and white shirt. So there's that code again. This is from the files redacted. You can't see her face. You barely see it in one of these things. But she's at an adult party, like a rager with people boozing it up outside. And she's just like Virginia Giuffre was. Like she is on display, in my opinion, at this thing. But you just can't discern it. But you can tell it's a party. So I'll just play that. That's bottle service for people who haven't wasted their time and gone to clubs at night. It's like a big thing to get a big fat bottle of liquor and share it. And that's bottle service at the table. So that's like a 1.75 liter bottle of something that, that people pay $300 for, overpay for.
What's that? What? What's that? Yes or no? 11 a.m.
This is one of the videos they let out. So that some of these wave stuff and these videos, somebody redacted that too. Like they spent so much time redacting it, but like why would
it's so weird because they redacted it, but they didn't redact the part where you see like her little hips and like it's gross, man. Like
and like
all
these
old
that they redacted the top part, but not like the rest of her. That's messed up.
You can figure out what's going on. So they did the same thing. There's a kind of an infamous picture of Virginia Giuffre at Naomi Campbell's birthday party in France. I think she was in Saint-Tropez. So that's the thing of the network is they were doing, it seems like they're doing it all the time. So I don't know if this is in like the Caribbean somewhere, but it seems like just from the sunlight and things in the English. This is the kind of stuff you can see from these files, and that's what there's just tons of information. That's what they're covering up. It's a massive, massive, massive cover up.
Great, man. Well, William, appreciate your time, buddy. Always great to see you. Until next time, where can people find you, my friend?
Same, William Ramsey Investigates podcast. I've got 5 books on Amazon. And I publish almost everything on my Patreon without ads, so you can check out my Patreon. I also put these PDFs up there, too. So if you want to see other PDFs from some of my research, all you have to do is go to my Patreon. It's only $5 a month. And I respond there all the time. Send me emails, guys. I don't put, like, if you want to contact me, send me an email to williamramseyinvestigates@protonmail.com. Don't expect me to see something on, like, a thread on Twitter or something like that. Send me an email. It's the best way.
Yeah, fair enough, man. Cool.
All right, guys. Thanks, Jordan. Thanks for the invite. Good to be with you.
Man,
sure.
I've been a fan for a long time, William. So thanks, man.
It's nice to meet you. Thanks
for
likewise. Being here. Cheers. Peace.
We'll reach out soon, and oh, there he's gone. Yeah, we'll get him. He had to get going. He had a long day anyway, so we will definitely get him back soon. Yeah, fuck, that was awesome, man. What'd you think? Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, it's such creepy, gnarly stuff, dude.
Yeah, that's why I've been trying to. At first, I was doing a lot of Epstein episodes, and then I just had to kind of take a step back, and now just not do them every episode now. And yeah, it's wild stuff though, and yeah, William is definitely good at that shit. So it's good to have him to bounce ideas off of, and I think that was good, man. I enjoyed that. I think we. I mean, I don't think there's anything we can set in stone, but I think we kind of have a little bit of a better understanding of what was going on there. And I mean, it's it's clear. Obviously, we don't know exactly, but it's clear. Yeah, some very nefarious and disgusting stuff was going on, and they were trying to hide it in their communications.
No, I think it goes without saying, and I mean, it's crazy, like like how broad spectrum, like everything that that they were involved with. I mean, yeah, you had the sex, yeah, like the sex trafficking. You had, like, what appears to be some kind of, like, cannibalism or something. But I mean, just we've done other shows about, like, the mind control, the eugenics. I mean, it just, like, the technology. I mean, it just covers, like, this insane spectrum of, like, everything that that this guy was involved in these networks. I mean, just, like, it's almost like, how does the person even have, like, the time to be involved with so many crazy things and so
I
many crazy
know.
people?
That's what I think too.
Like, yeah,
Yeah,
it's
crazy,
just
man.
it's just so big. So
Yeah, like how would you have the time? It's yeah. Well, man, always appreciate you, my friend. Let's see, we have Austin Wade Picard coming in tomorrow, and then we have an idea for a very interesting show as well. We're going to be booking in the next few days, and then yeah, and then May starts. So I think we'll just have 2 shows, maybe 3, for the rest of May, or sorry, for the rest of April, and then May. Yeah, where can people find you, Habsburg?
just on Twitter at accountable to me, and yeah, here on the Divulgence podcast.
Right on, brother. Okay, everyone. Thanks to everyone in the chat. Everyone was very active. That's always good and helpful. Thanks to all the supporters and subscribers. Make sure to please subscribe to the Divulgence podcast. We're trying to get up to 1,000. Please on YouTube. So please get on YouTube, and also jump onto Rumble if you're not there. We've been getting the numbers up a little bit there, and we'd like to continue to do so. And of course, audio versions, you can find us anywhere from Spotify to Apple. And yeah, also make sure to check out the Scott Horton Academy, because we are affiliated with them. For a discount, you can go to scotthortonacademy.com/divulgence. I'm going to be starting some classes with that soon, especially with the Iran war going on. It'd be good to learn some of the history of the Middle East war and all that stuff. But yeah, I think that's about it, man. You have a good evening, and all the best to you, Hadsburg, and peace and love to everyone else.
Thanks, Jordan. See you, buddy.